3. This is my good friend Panic Button.
We are both here from the hometown of Eugene today to bring you this amazing bout between Santa Cruz and Emerald City.
And in the black from Santa Cruz, I'll read their roster. 0018, Jem Jones. 101, Demand a Rumble. 116, Terrorism. 13, Chelsea Smile. 1384, Hell Luis. .210, Kit Cassidy. 23, Corazon. 322, Kosher Assault. Number 4, Health Hazard. 41, Queen Litigious. 444, Unleashed. Number 5, Skirt Vonnegut. 514, Victorian Mayhem. 667, Roasted Pony. Number 8, Shamrock and Roller. 86, Heartless Harpy. Once again, the Boardwalk Bombshells from Santa Cruz.
All right, and then also in white, we have Emerald City All-Stars. Number 02, Land Tuna. 101, Thrash Bandiscoot. 123, Psychotic Rage. 1771, Gemini. 19, Arachna Freak. 192, Stranger. 22, Spunky Bruiser. 28, Annie Paquette. 442, Rat Rod. 47, Miss Kitty LaRue. 515, Fat Louie. 612, Harmonic Dropper. 76, Reyes. And 77, Agent Orange.
Taking the track for white, number 22, Spunky Bruiser, up against number 5, Skirt Vonnegut.
And also, this is second jam of this first bout of the day on track 3 here. We did have both Terrorism and Psychotic Rage jamming in that first jam.
Right now, it is Santa Cruz, your lead jammer, with a huge apex jump and 4 points for Santa Cruz.
Both of these teams are going to be looking for a win today. I know that Santa Cruz is currently ranked ahead of Emerald City, and I also know that Apple has some amazing, beautiful stats for us.
Maybe later, but right now, I'm going to have to get onto the action on the track. That's 101, Scoot, going up against the Bombshells, number 4, Health Hazard.
I saw at least 1-4. Let's double check. 41.
That's 41. That's Queen Litigious.
Also, if you are watching on the web, white is Emerald City, and dark blue, navy, whatever you want to call it, that is Santa Cruz Boardwalk Bombshells.
And Scoot, as well as Queen Litigious, still in the pack. Queen at the top. Scoot being taken back by number 8 from the Bombshells, Shamrock and Rolla. And it is Santa Cruz for the lead.
That's right. Stranger was able to hold her back for a little bit, but as the last line of defense, she had to let her go.
Scoot pulling a little defense on Queen Litigious, but she gets by with enough distraction to allow Scoot to get into the pack. She's up at the top of the front for Emerald City with 2 defenders from the Boardwalk. Meanwhile, the jammer for the Boardwalk is going to spend a minute in this penalty box.
30 seconds, not the full minute. We don't do that anymore. It's a little bit quicker these days.
That's right. I guess I say a minute as in, you know, just a minute.
Quick minute. Aren't they all the same?
A
anyway,
huge
back on the track.
Hip hop by Scoot. She's going to spend a moment clarifying, get back on the track. She is the jammer right now, scoring. So and those 30 seconds are almost up for the Boardwalk penalty.
That's right, Emerald City fans, let's hear it for Scoot with 5 points.
And she takes the outside. Emerald City at the top of the pack with 1 defender, takes her to the out. She's going to recycle. Scoot on the outside, getting in the same line as the Boardwalk's jammer, is also being recycled by number 47, Miss Kitty LaRue.
And it looks like number 8, Shamrock and Roller, once again recycling Scoot along with number 514, Victoria Mayhem.
What a great jam that was, Panic Button, as both teams doing a fantastic job of stringing and defending the jammer points. They each met each other with 4-on-4, taking the score 9-13. Emerald City in the lead.
And once again, for those of you watching at home, in white, Emerald City. In the dark blue, Santa Cruz.
That's number 667, Roasted Pony, going up against 28, Paquette. And Pony being taken back by Gemini.
Meanwhile, Paquette having a tough time getting through that top wall of blockers. They're doing a great job of pushing her to the in, to the out, and not letting her go.
In the back of the pack, Pony is struggling to challenge ECRG's tag team of Reyes and Gemini. Number 23 from the Boardwalk Corazon, trying to provide a little offense for her jammer. And she gets her through for lead jam and 2 points on the board for Boardwalk.
Meanwhile, Paquette still on her initial pass. It looks like unleashed one of the blockers, bringing her back.
That was number 86, Heartless Harpy, taking Emerald City's jammer back, but she gets through Paquette, and she is going to spend 30 seconds for a cut track. This is a Power Jam Santa Cruz.
All right, Santa Cruz fans, let's hear it. Right at the top, that is Reyes and Harmonic Dropper, keeping back Santa Cruz's jammer right until the end and saving, well, no, they did not save their points. 4 points for Santa Cruz.
I'm going to give a quick shout out to Rydell Skates. Rydell Skates, unmatched quality, unmatched performance.
Also, taking a peek at that score, we are currently tied at 13 all.
That's right. With only 1 point difference between these teams in the rankings, this is a huge game for Emerald City, who's sitting on 1 win, 1 loss for the Big O weekend. It is Santa Cruz's jammer, Terrorism, your lead.
Meanwhile, Paquette will be Emerald City's jammer once she has been released from that box.
A nice apex jump by the jammer for Boardwalk. Paquette back in, trying to score and get through, I believe, her second pass as jammer.
That's right. Paquette was in the box and will be starting her initial pass. Meanwhile, 5 more points for Santa Cruz.
And Terror is coming into a wall as Paquette joins. She has seemingly past the star, and number 47, now holding the jammer, is going to spend a few seconds in the penalty box as we have another blocker going off from Santa Cruz.
And that's another 5 points for Santa Cruz. Really starting to pull out a lead here with this jam, a great jam for Terrorism and her team.
As she sends a few blockers up for offense, they got tangled up with the jammer. They decided to hang back with a little passive offense, but Emerald City doing a great job, and Gemini taking the jammer back, creating a 3-wall. With
Also,
screams from the bench, Terrorism takes a hit. Gemini is going to spend 30 seconds in the box for a clockwise block.
All right, we want to thank those of you that came out last night to Blair Alley for that lovely 80s dance party. Hopefully, more of you will wake up and join us.
Well, I think these teams are pretty focused on winning right now, as number 5, Skirt Vonnegut, is out for the Boardwalk. She is your lead as Miss Kitty LaRue meets a 3-wall. She quickly rips off her panty to stash the helmet cover, and Miss Kitty LaRue is out.
That's right. Kitty LaRue had gone to the box as the Star Pass new jammer, previous pivot, and so this time Emerald City was able to field a jammer in that new jam.
Number 41, Queen Litigious, going up against 101, Scoot in the white for Emerald City.
Also, if you take a peek, you see some circles on Scoot's skin. I know that she took advantage of our lovely masseuse yesterday.
That's right, our massage therapist in-house, Blue. She's staying with me this weekend, so you should check her out between tracks 2 and 3. She's probably booked up, but she is going to be around for that Victorian Roller Derby League. What do we call that? Tomorrow, Monday, boot camp out at the Willamette Lane Center. That's right, Victorian made it all the way from Australia. They decided to stay an extra day and participate and host a boot camp on Monday.
I guess when you travel 8,000 miles, it's worth spending another day in the lovely Emerald City.
That's right.
Despite allergens.
All right, we're going to get back in about 5 seconds. Scoot and Litigious getting into it right off the bat. Scoot to the top, but Litigious is out front. She is your lead for Santa Cruz Boardwalk Bombshells. And Reyes taking out Scoot's defender with a huge hit, legally I might say, looked great. And Reyes taking another hit from those blockers as she tangles up, but the Boardwalk's jammer is out for 5 points.
That's right. Currently, Emerald City's jammer Scoot is still having trouble getting through that pack.
Some great teamwork by the Boardwalk Bombshells defenders. They are keeping her back, but it looks like we have a possible pass to Psych number 1, 2, 3. She is holding the jammer helmet cover. Unfortunately, not having too much more luck than Scoot was having against this 3-wall.
That's right. Santa Cruz is very aware, seeing that panty star helmet cover.
And Psych is out, but she gets a cut track in the process. That's going to be 30 seconds in the box for Emerald City as our jammer for the Boardwalk still in the pack. She calls it.
Emerald City with a lot of jammers headed to the box in these first few jams. Hopefully they will clean up their penalties.
You know, the first 15, 20 minutes is always every team shaking it up, feeling each other out.
And honestly, I haven't even had my coffee yet, so I can't even imagine skating right now.
That's why we leave it to these all-star athletes. That's number 667, Roasted Pony in the blue and black for the Boardwalk.
And Psychotic Rage will be your Emerald City jammer in white once she is released from the box.
Emerald City doing a good job of stopping this power jam opportunity.
Looks like we have Miss Kitty LaRue and Agent Orange up top, now joined by Fat Louie to hold back Santa Cruz.
With 30 seconds into this jam, Emerald City has done a fantastic job. Let's hear it, Emerald City fans. They have stopped the power jam. Psych is out. Everything is great for the Emerald City.
That's right, because of the fact that Psych had gone in the box that previous jam, she was still eligible for lead jammer. Emerald City did a great job of holding back Roasted Pony.
Agent Orange at the top of the pack doing a fantastic job as the last line of defense this morning. Psych still in for now a scoring pass, meets the 4-wall, calls it. Does she get any points? 2 for the Emerald City.
2 is better than new.
Those are tasty points in the morning.
Speaking of tasty, I know we have Wild Duck as one of our sponsors. They have quite some delicious food. I know that there are options if you are a meat eater or if you are a vegan, vegetarian, whatever you prefer.
That Spunky Bruiser in the white going up against Terrorism for Boardwalk.
Right now we have a white wall in the back. Meanwhile, Santa Cruz in the dark tops up front.
Spunky pulls on Lantuna for an assist. Lantuna takes the cue and knocks Terrorism out with a hard shoulder hit. Gemini being pushed off by number 0018, Gem Jones, giving Boardwalk the lead.
Spunky also out of that pack, and she's going to try to catch up to Terrorism and hope that her blockers...
And unfortunately, Emerald City was not able to stop the Terrorism. She gets 4 points to 0 for the Emerald City.
I gotta say, Terrorism is probably the only type of that I can get behind.
All right, we thank all of our fans for being out here so early on day 3 of this fantastic tournament. If you were here last night to catch those live broadcast games, you know the energy in this house was fantastic. We hope that you stay for the MVP games this evening as voted by all teams participating in the tournament for adults. That's Scoot at the top of the pack for the Emerald City. Meanwhile, on the inside, the Boardwalk's Jammer getting knocked out. Scoot has 2 defenders, number 322, Kosher Assault. Couldn't stop her. She's your lead.
Meanwhile, Skirt Vonnegut in the pack trying to get past that top wall of white blockers.
Oh, Fat Louie, Stranger. Kitty LaRue doing a fantastic job of defending the Jammer. She is stuck at turn 3 and being taken back by Kitty LaRue.
Meanwhile, Emerald
Fat
City
Louie.
Jammer Scoot able to pick up 5 points and another 5 points.
And you can hear these Emerald City fans panic button as Kitty LaRue recycles the Jammer once again. Scoot to the outside, the inside for 5.
That's right, Emerald City really hoping to get their score a little bit closer to Santa Cruz because we have lots of time for Derby.
And the pack starts to move up as Scoot enters the round. She decides to call that jam. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Scoot.
That's right, that was a 15-point jam for Emerald City. Currently taking a peek at the score, Santa Cruz in dark blue, 45 points. Emerald City in white, 30 points.
Well, both these teams have worked incredibly hard this season to get where they are in the rankings. Just one ranking placement divides these teams. Emerald City at 38, Santa Cruz at 37.
Meanwhile,
it's a game.
On the track in white, that is Paquette, number 28, a recent addition to Emerald City, really showing what she's got. And that is also
infamous Queen Litigious.
Lead jammer Paquette.
For the first time this morning, she looks to the inside, past Reyes, a hip hop, and she gets a cut. Nope, she's in.
Meanwhile, Litigious getting through with a little offensive blocking from her team, opening up that inside.
Want to clarify, Paquette earning 4 points on that last jam before calling it. And another moment of clarification. I'm going to let these referees get the information to the scoreboard before I tell you what it is. Looks like we have a timeout, possible official review.
Official timeout. I'm not seeing the O, so, well, let's see. This is why I love our people in black and white and pink. Let's hear it for the referees and NSOs.
We're going to find out in just a few moments what the referee crew is. Let's give it up for our volunteers, referees, NSOs, and everyone that made this weekend possible.
Also, I really want to talk about our Big O Tech team. Kudos and thanks to Big O Tech team for making the magic happen behind the scenes. One of our very loved here in the Emerald City, Izzy Wright.
Izzy.
Also, we have Jake, Grimes, Bernard, and Ryan. Everybody helping out, doing their job, and taking a shift.
All right. We are going to just talk real briefly. Emerald City, when they started in January 2015, they were ranked 94 on the international stats. They moved up at the 2015 playoffs to 47th and jumped a huge amount into 2016, currently ranked 38th in the world. Give it up for International Derby. And you know it was possible because of tournaments like this and allowing teams to come to play 3 games, win, loss, to get their rankings in one weekend. It's incredibly important, and as we know, the teams have to really plan who they're going to play each game against each opponent.
Absolutely, and looking back on the track for the Boardwalk Bombshells in dark blue, 667 Roasted Pony going up against 123 in white, Psychotic Rage.
And Psych is out, your lead jammer for the Emerald City. Speaking of Psych, she is the coach for our Emerald City Reservoir Dolls, a co-ed junior travel team that is also played this weekend. Psych decides to call the jam before Roasted Pony has a chance to score, leaving 0-0. And speaking of juniors, we have had some fantastic JRDA sanctioned games this weekend as well. Spunky Bruiser, one of Emerald City's matriculated juniors. We can never call her a junior because she's so fierce on the track. Right now, Spunky Bruiser in white. And 116 Terrorism in the blue. Stringing out a little bit of distance between the groups, but Terrorism takes a turn on the outside. She's your lead for the Bombshells. Spunky's being recycled back by 4-4-4 Unleashed.
That's right. It looks like Santa Cruz doing a great job of holding Spunky, trying to let their jammer, Terrorism, get hopefully 5 points, but it looks like Spunky is finally released from that pack.
And Terrorism hops up the inside, legally calls the jam, and puts a few more points on the board for the Boardwalk.
4 points plus 4. Thank you for everyone getting up early and coming down on Sunday for Big O 2016 Day 3 on Track 3.
That's right. We want you to submit your photos to the hashtag Best of Big O 2016. Help us create some memories, how you see it as the fans.
Meanwhile, we got Kurt Vonnegut in the dark tops and Scoot in the white. I saw Agent Orange with a beautiful hit against Kurt Vonnegut. However, lead jammer, Santa Cruz.
And a tag team between Santa Cruz blockers to send Scoot to the outside, but a nice hit. Unfortunately, Kitty LaRue going to spend 30 seconds in the box as number 5 for the Boardwalk Bombshells is still your lead jammer.
And it looks like Emerald City is losing blockers one by one.
Oh, a narrow line up the outside as Scoot steps in with Agent Orange to play defense as the jammer. She is stashing the helmet in her hand.
Helmet cover, hopefully not the helmet.
That's right. Keep your helmet on your head. Number 5 for the Boardwalk for 5 points. Skirt Vonnegut. I think she wants a gut.
It looks like Kitty LaRue and Agent Orange are going to take their turn in the box as we have some blockers returning.
Emerald City Freak takes a huge jump at number 5, but she skirts by Skirt Vonnegut. And as a team, Emerald City attempts to block and is successful as Vonnegut is going to spend 30 seconds in the box.
Meanwhile, Scoot resetting, thinking about what she wants to do to get through that pack.
She's ducking and weaving, but taken to the outside. Now has a clean lane up the inside, but fatigue clearly showing in these teams. She's had to play a lot of defense. She's used to going fast.
That's right, Santa Cruz showing some amazing defense in that last jam. Not only were they able to hold the Emerald City All-Stars jammer, but also get their jammer through. That's not easy to do.
Number 28, Paquette, fielded by the Emerald City in a power jam opportunity. Looks like they put up all their stacked blockers. We've got Reyes, Gemini, Harmonic Dropper, and Rat Rod. Will they push their jammer through? Paquette up the inside with 2 to beat. She is at the top of the pack, lead for Emerald City.
Meanwhile, we had Skirt Vonnegut starting in the box as jammer. We'll see what goes from there. Oh, look, a star pass. Kurt Vonnegut giving it off to Queen Litigious, number 41 for Santa Cruz, now jammer.
And Paquette catches wind of such things and calls the jam with 1 point on the board for Emerald City. Hey, they'll take it. Folks, 69-35. Everyone loves a close game in the morning.
That's right. Even though you might be looking at that and saying it's almost half of the other score, the truth is that, as we have seen, one jam can change everything.
And let's hope it's this jam, number 667, Roasted Pony against 1, 2, 3, Psych.
Once again, very strong walls
Psych.
from both teams, holding them back. Psych trying to go for that lead jammer status, but she is recycled back, trying to find the blocker who blocked her out.
And that gives the opportunity for the Bombshells to get the lead. Boy, I really thought she was going to have it, but Psych taken back by Heartless Harpy. She's still in the pack as the Boardwalk's Jammer re-enters for scoring. Now meeting a wall of a Gemini, Stranger, and Kitty LaRue. They have taken the Jammer almost to a standstill as she looks for help from number 23, Cora Zone. Cora just knocking everyone out of the way, getting the Boardwalk's Jammer free. Meanwhile, Psych still at turn 3. Up the inside, she makes it.
That's right, Roasted Pony did pick up 5 points due to the fact that Santa Cruz was holding back Emerald City's Jammer.
And Emerald City defending their points, and did the Jammer from Santa Cruz, she got 2. Oh, our ref crew is doing a fantastic job. We know they've been working hard. Everyone's been working hard. And the excitement of this weekend is just continuing in this game. So I'm really happy to be a part of this. This is our hometown. This is Emerald City, Eugene, Oregon. Number 22, Spunky Bruiser, up against Terrorism.
That's right, and once again, those of you at home, Emerald City in white, Santa Cruz in dark blue. So Spunky Bruiser in white, Terrorism in dark blue.
Sounds like we have some Santa Cruz fans in the house. You better cheer on. Terrorism and Bruiser still fighting for who will gain the lead status in this jam. And it is Boardwalk Terrorism.
And
Spunky
after she leaves the pack, it looks like we get a little scrambled in that pack. However, still Shamrock and Roller holding back Spunky Bruiser.
And one of the Boardwalk's blockers going off. That's number 8 to the penalty box, Shamrock and Roller. Spunky is finally clear and pushing, causing the jam to call with 1 point on the board for the Santa Cruz Bombshells.
Santa Cruz picking up lead jammer quite often in these last few jams. And also nickeling and diming it to keep their lead.
That's right. These aren't the 20-point jams. These are fighting to the end for a single point, defending your point. And Queen Litigious, she's hungry for points, but so is Scoot. Number 101 in the green. She has the pack advantage, but will that work? Litigious pushing up the inside, 2 to beat, and Litigious, your lead jammer for the Bombshells. Scoot close behind.
That's right, Scoot able to get through on the inside, stay in bounds, and use the power of a blocker pushing on her to get on through.
Freak and Stranger coming together at the end to stop the jam, and that's 0 points on the board. Good job by the Emerald City's defense.
I believe Litigious saw the other jammer coming on up and said, you know what? I want points, but I do not want them to get points.
Number 28, Paquette, an addition to the Emerald City this year, going up against Skirt Vonnegut in the black and blue. She just has a 2-wall against, and the Emerald City cannot defend. Once again, your lead jammer, the Bombshells.
That's right. Right now, we have 4 bombshell blockers in the dark blue. Meanwhile, Emerald City rejoining 1 more blocker, but Paquette doing a great job, even though her blockers were out. Also, Santa Cruz, another great jam for them with 4 points.
Well, Santa Cruz has also had its jumps in the rankings. A year ago in January, they were ranked 24 internationally. They had a little bit of a trouble at the 2015 playoffs, moved up to 42nd, but they've worked hard to regain their strength and ranks now at 37 in the world. Once again, going up against Emerald City, ranked at 38. It's 667 Roasted Pony and 123 Psych in white.
That's right, both jammers at the back of the pack. Psych being recycled even further back. It looks like it's going to be a tough fight for lead.
This is a huge fight for the Emerald City. They are within reach of Division I playoffs, so these points matter, and you can tell as Kitty the Roo, Stranger, and Freak defend, allowing Psych to come up the inside. She is your lead for the Emerald City.
Meanwhile, Roasted Pony with the jammer out switches to offense and gets on through.
Stranger knocking out a few of the blockers to gain some points, but Psych does it all on her own. Will she be awarded 1 point for the Emerald City? A fantastic game, ladies and gentlemen, with 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this first period. Let's hear it for your team. Who's an Emerald City fan? And I see you, Boardwalk, up there. Who's for the beach Boardwalk?
Let's hear it, Santa Cruz.
All right, Terrorism 116 has to go against Reyes and Gemini, and she gets through your lead for Santa Cruz.
Meanwhile, in white, number 22, Spunky Bruiser. Looks like she had some help from her blockers, but now against a wall of dark blue, having a tough time, and it looks like the pack is starting to get spread out, trying to keep everyone in play.
And Louie comes back in. Does she decide to string or assist? It looks like Spunky's on her own. Louie's gonna come up, give a little help, get that jammer through. The stringing has to happen as Terrorism is stuck behind a 3-wall of Gemini. She cuts in. Terrorism for 4 points, excuse me.
That's right, they are both on the same lap. But let's see what Santa Cruz can do.
Oh, Spunky,
Spunky
nice.
on through. So there will not be lapping, at least for this round.
And we have some penalties being issued to both teams. Possibly just the Boardwalk is going to lose a blocker in this next jam.
Oh, it does look like in that first pass for Santa Cruz, it was in fact 5 points. There was a lap point in there, and the second pass was 4 points. This is why I love to look at referees.
I know, I gotta wait till those fingers go up. We're gonna have a timeout official review. We want to invite you over to get your hair braided and etching available today from 10 to 2 at the hospitality track right over here between tracks 2 and 3. Our lovely juniors have been volunteering to get you cornrows, hair braiding, whatever. Maybe they can't do cornrows, but from 10 to 2 today only, it's free.
Also, I gotta say, yesterday I ended up having 2 lovely French braids from Death Wish, one of our Emerald City juniors. They kept braiding each other's hair, and I was like, I'm cool too, right?
So I gotta give a shout out because my mom went on the internet and she hashtagged something. She took a picture of my dog listening to us and watching roller derby live. So I want to give a shout out to everybody on the live stream. If you want to hashtag Big O Cats or hashtag Big O Dogs, send us pictures of your furry friends. We know you're out there watching from all around the world, and we really appreciate our international audience cheering on their teams. Just a moment, we're gonna possibly find out what that official review. It was not. This was an official timeout, and it is almost over.
So yes, that's clarifying it was not an official review. However, it was an official timeout. Thank you to Nora Leaf, head NSO, and thank you to Killabrew, head ref.
That's right. Without the heads, we could do nothing.
We'd be like chickens running around with their heads cut off.
That's right.
Ha, ha, ha.
Queen Litigious in the black and blue up against Scoot. And the 5 seconds mark.
Very different strategies at the start. Santa Cruz lining up at that pivot line. Meanwhile, Emerald City back closer to the jam line.
Queen Litigious gets past Agent Orange. She's your lead jammer for the Boardwalk. 3 in a row as Scoot gets taken out at the last second by number 223. I'm not sure who that was, but it was a huge takeout. Scoots up the inside. She gets mixed up with Queen Litigious, who has now made it through for 5 points.
All right, Santa Cruz, let's hear it for Litigious.
And that huge hit earlier was 23, Corazon. She is playing fantastic offense for her jammer all day long. And that brings us, with 8 seconds, we may have one more jam. Are they done? Are they not taking any more nominations? 3 points. All right, it looks like we're gonna clarify if we are truly at the half. We are. Ladies and gentlemen.
We are at halftime. Right now, Santa Cruz, close to that 100 mark, 98 points, and Emerald City stands at 36. We will see you in a few.
A clear path through the pack almost never exists. So we fight and make our own.
Roller Derby Athletics takes the guesswork out of off-skate training, helping you become safe, strong, and unstoppable. Here's what skaters from around the world are saying.
Lots of great advice and things that helped me after I broke my ankle and had
I've lost 90 pounds and discovered my A game. Love that site and the
rehab
workouts.
has been amazing. It's really worth the investment in her
Booty Quake
programs.
rocks. You won't regret the investment.
Want to see for yourself? Sign up today for our free Basics Builder program and transform your game with Roller Derby Athletics.
A lot of very impressive people in roller derby.
This was definitely a proud moment for me, wearing the black, white, and red.
I care about this thing more than I care about any other article of clothing in my wardrobe.
This represents to me like 7 years of
like, blood, sweat, and tears.
Glitter is fun and hardcore. I've learned that it's hardcore.
My uniform is always in pristine condition.
My truck is purple, my shoes are purple, my underwear are purple.
It takes a lot of drive and a lot of passion to keep going in roller derby.
Sometimes when you play roller derby, you're just kind of like, why am I doing this? This is so weird.
I just can't imagine that I'd get more kicks like playing golf than I do hitting a Feels good.
My name is Rachel Rotten.
My name is Midge Wilhelm.
I'm Fifi Nomenon.
I'm Jackie Daniels.
My name's Steph Maney.
Hi, I'm Scald Eagle.
And S1.
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 And S1 is part of my uniform.
The Arius Platinum is packed with new features. Reinforced toe section. Increased toe stop clamping power. Winged truck with split cushion design for easy assembly and installation. The new Arius Platinum, performance redefined.
Hey, this is Dan from S1 Helmets. We're in the testing lab today, testing helmets to see if they pass the multiple impact certification test. We're going to be testing 3 helmets today. There's a soft foam helmet with EVA foam and a terry cloth liner. There's a hockey helmet with triple density EVA foam. The S1 Lifer helmet with EPS fusion foam. All 3 of these helmets are marketed as multiple impact helmets. We're going to test all of them today and see which ones actually pass the test. The multiple impact test is when we drop a helmet to achieve a velocity of 4.57 meters per second. This simulates a 10-mile-an-hour impact or a 4-foot drop. The same helmet is tested 3 times in the same location. The helmet must reduce the energy pulse to under 300 Gs each time. Anything over 300 Gs can result in a traumatic brain injury or a severe concussion. In summary, the soft foam helmet with EVA foam and the hockey helmet with triple density foam did not pass the multiple impact test. The S1 Lifer helmet with EPS fusion foam did pass the multiple impact test.
At Roller Derby Athletics, we take the guesswork out of off-skate training so you can focus on being fierce. We help you transform your game without a lot of time or equipment. With 5 training programs plus all-star memberships, there's an option to suit every athlete. And we train skaters worldwide with high-quality video instruction and online support. At Roller Derby Athletics, we empower you to be safe, strong, and unstoppable. Want to see for yourself? Sign up today for our free Basics Builder program.
Hi, Ivana Spinkin and Trish the Dish here to tell you about Sin City Skates. Sin City Skates began in our living room in 2005 and has since grown into this 2,000 square foot warehouse and showroom where we stock everything for derby. If it's derby related, we probably have it. Need help? With a combined on-track derby experience of over 24 years and still playing, we test everything we sell and we know the difference between facts and our opinions. We're always happy to share both with you to help you make the right decisions. So call us, SinCitySkates.com.
I love teamwork when it comes naturally, and it's almost like your teammate is an extension of your own body. That anticipation, where you've worked cerebrally through strategy and skills, and suddenly you're out there in a game and it all comes naturally because you know each other. I love that.
So when I first went into Fast Girl Skates, it was like being a kid in a candy
I skate
shop.
on the Antic AR1 boot with Crazy Venus plates and add-on V-Rod wheels.
As I've grown as a skater, Fast Girl has also helped my skates to grow with me.
What's your favorite thing that you got at the store?
Probably my gear. I'm Doubled Megs, and I'm a Fast Girl.
I'm Vex Factor, and I'm a fast girl.
I'm a Salted Peanut, and I'm a Fast Girl.
And I'm from Jeremiah, and I'm a Fast Girl.
You can be a fast girl too.
Alrighty, Emerald City fans, you still with us?
How about Santa Cruz fans? You out there as well?
All right, I think everybody might be in the coffee line again, but in this morning first game of day 3 at the Big O, we have our host league, the Emerald City Roller Derby All-Stars, going up against Santa Cruz Boardwalk Bombshells in the black and blue.
All right, and taking a peek at that track, that is Terrorism in the dark blue top for Santa Cruz, going up against Scoot in white for the All-Stars.
Terrorism looking for a little help from her offense. She gets tangled up with Kitty LaRue. Meanwhile, Scoot being taken back. Unleashed trying to signal, and a huge fall over Scoot by the Boardwalk's blocker. She will possibly...
All right, it looks like Terrorism is our lead jammer as the pack resets.
Well, what I meant to say was she will possibly be getting a penalty, and Scoot will be spending 30 seconds in the penalty box as Terrorism skirts around Gemini, gives her a little good morning hello. And she signals 23 coming up to give a little offense, Corazon.
Fat Louie taking Terrorism back. Santa Cruz trying to block out Fat Louie to give their jammer the advantage, but unsuccessful. Meanwhile, it looks like Harmonic Dropper picking up a penalty for trying to block out Terrorism unsuccessfully.
192, the Strange Her, stopping Terrorism for just a brief moment, but not enough. She's back to the back of the pack once again, looking for points. Meeting Gemini again, passing, and also picking up that 4 points for the Boardwalk.
That's right, we have Scoot back in that pack after her quick little time in the penalty box. Already, though, Santa Cruz doing a great job of walling up strong and holding Scoot.
Terrorism seemingly taking the hits and continuing on. She is making a strong play for the first jam of this second period. Panic button. I'm excited to see these two teams keep fighting. Terrorism takes a fall, calls the jam. She takes a moment to catch her breath. 1 point for the Boardwalk.
And 1 point as well for Emerald City, 1-1 in that last jam. Thank you for joining us for the second period of this amazing bout here on track 3, day 3, Big O.
On the track in white and green for Emerald City, 1, 2, 3, Psych, going up against number 5, Skirt Vonnegut for the Boardwalk Bombshells.
Already both jammers having to push hard through some giant strong walls. Right now at the top, Gemini holding Vonnegut back. Meanwhile, at the back, Psych unable to get through.
And Vonnegut, your lead jammer in the blue and black. And it looks like Psych is finally out of the pack. She's circling around quickly, but Vonnegut with only 1 to pass gets all the points.
And it looks like a bunch of blockers from Emerald City headed to the box during that jam. We're gonna have a disadvantage for the Emerald City to start out this next jam as they have blockers sitting, but it looks like Santa Cruz also has one in the box.
All right, so it's going to be 3-on-2, and all morning we've been seeing this team of Gemini and Reyes at the top. Is it going to be enough to stop Queen Litigious? We'll see.
Meanwhile, Spunky Bruiser, number 22 in white, up against that back wall, hoping to get on through for her team. Very strong triangle of doom.
It's like watching two separate groups weaving back and forth the same lateral movement and being stopped. Let's see if releasing some of these players out of the box will have any effect on getting a lead status for one of these teams. It's the Boardwalk. Queen Litigious. She comes back in and is going to be passing Spunky Bruiser, who is at the back of the pack for the Emerald City. Litigious gets caught up with Gemini.
It looks like Heloise taking Spunky to the back of that pack and recycling her once again. Meanwhile, Queen Litigious getting blocked out by Gemini, but her team on the offense holding Gemini so that their jammer can go back in a little bit easier.
And it looks like Harm drop or last line out of play. She's going to go back to the pack.
That's right, she did a great job of stringing out that jammer as long as she could and paying attention to those referees.
And we are still in this game as we are hearing a little bit of overlash from the second track. Queen Litigious, your lead for the Boardwalk. Spunky Bruiser finally out with the Boardwalk's blockers at the back of the pack. A quick offensive sweep, and Queen Litigious calls the jam.
Queen Litigious on that last jam, getting on that last pass, getting through for another 4 points, almost untouched.
But Emerald City did meet with 2 points being scored at the final count. They got to keep fighting for those point by point. It's Paquette, number 28 in the white against Roasted Pony.
All right, we have some pivot line love as this next jam starts off. Emerald City in white at the, well, mostly at the back, and Santa Cruz in the dark blue. Still initial pass for both jammers as the pack begins to speed up. All right, that looks like Corazon getting a Roasted Pony through. Santa Cruz lead jammer. Meanwhile, Paquette is still, Paquette out of the pack and putting on that panty on her head, back with the star. Roasted Pony trying to look for some help from her team, but it looks like Gemini was able to shut her down and force the call before Paquette hit the pack.
This is Emerald City's third game of the tournament, and they are fighting to hold their status as the one spot ranking below this team from Santa Cruz.
On the track in the dark blue, 116 Terrorism and 101 in white Scoot. Both jammers trying to get through. Reyes last line of defense. Terrorism for the lead.
And Scoot, she's hopping to by and in front of the Boardwalk's defense. That was 4-4-4 she just passed.
Yeah, Scoot did a great job of staying in bounds while being blocked. However, Terrorism picks up another 4 points before calling that jam.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is not too late if you haven't had enough hard-hitting derby and you are a skater or even just an interested spectator. You can still buy tickets to the Victorian Roller Derby League's boot camp being hosted here in Springfield, which is just over the river and about 10 minutes from this venue. Tickets available for Monday's boot camp on brownpapertickets.com.
Meanwhile, probably some skaters you might see at that boot camp. 1, 2, 3, Psych, and number 5, Skirt Vonnegut with the lead for Santa Cruz. I know my S's, I swear.
And Vonnegut makes it look easy for 5 up the inside line. Very fast jammer.
After that little power pass, Psych did make it out of that pack as well. Once again, only one blocker on the, oh, wait. There was only one white blocker in the pack, making it a little difficult for Emerald City.
We'd like to thank some of our sponsors, Castle Mega Store, the Eugene Weekly, Fast Girl Skates, Hit This, Derby Gear, and Left Turn Clothing. If you're interested, you still have a chance to purchase merch from some of these fantastic teams, as well as some of these vendor specials located in the vendor village by Track 1.
I know a bunch of them are doing sales today, so make sure you check them out. On the track, recycled back, that is Paquette in the back of the pack in white. Meanwhile, we have Queen Litigious in the dark blue. Both jammers trying to, oh, it looks like, yes, Queen Litigious did successfully pick up lead jammer as Paquette is once again blocked out.
I would say Paquette got pummeled on that last one. That was a gut wrencher. Huge hits being dosed out by the blockers in blue from the Boardwalk.
That's right, number 8, Shamrock and Roller doing a great job, but Paquette finds her way through.
All right, fans, we are happy to have you here this morning, and anyone watching live on the interwebs. We appreciate everyone's efforts to make this event go live and free broadcasting. It's a real amazing thing.
That's right. In fact, my mom lives in Minnesota, and I know she's been checking out that web, and hopefully she's watching right now. Hi, Mom.
That's right. Hello to everyone's mom. We're going to have a little short timeout as the referees have a discussion with the team captains. It looks like Santa Cruz is sending out their captain and designated
I know that
representative.
They were showing official timeout. We'll check in and let you know if this does become an official review.
Emerald City coached today by Alia R. Doomed and Dr. B.
Also, remember to check out Flat Track Revolution. They are another one of our lovely vendors. I made sure to get my hoodie yesterday.
I already have mine.
I know, I'm slow. Also, Brick Wallace doing that. She is one of the first ever Emerald City.
That's right. Now she owns and operates a fantastic clothing and apparel line. And back to the action on the track. That's Scoot in the white and green going up against Roasted Pony, who is just roasting everyone as she flies by.
That's right. Agent Orange stringing her out as the last line of defense, but had to let Roasted Pony go. Now she's meeting a strong wall of white in the back. Hopefully Scoot can also get through that giant wall of dark blue.
Well, I'll tell you, I really feel for the jammers. I know how much determination and strength it takes to go up against a 4-wall of strong blockers, and that is what the Boardwalk is presenting for Scoot. She's getting a little bit of help from Stranger and Freak. Scoot's being taken to the back as Pony gets past for 5 points.
That's right. Roasted Pony able to lap that jammer as Santa Cruz still holding Scoot in the pack on her initial pass. Once again, Agent Orange taking on a Roasted Pony, but it looks like another 5 points for Santa Cruz.
And a successful pass to Stranger, but the Boardwalk's blockers are on to that game as they quickly pile around the Stranger in the pivot helmet who is stashed. And a sweeping hit from Agent Orange slows down but does not stop Roasted Pony.
Already 15 points for Roasted Pony in this jam of the second period.
And Stranger is almost out as another waterfall of a 2-pair led by 444. That is Unleash. She is staying on Stranger. Unfortunately, the referees have called a penalty. And that is Fat Louie to the box for Emerald City.
All right, let's see. 20 points for Roasted Pony. Let's hear it.
Probably one of the biggest jams in this game so far. The first half was a fight for every point. Santa Cruz has pulled ahead with a lead, but there is still 17 minutes to go in this game.
And Emerald City is really going to have to shut down Santa Cruz's defense if they're going to be able to get their jammers through.
Looks like Terrorism going up against Psych. Terrorism up the outside. She's lead jammer for the blue.
And once again, there is a strong wall of blue up at the top, trying to keep Psych back and recycling her.
Oh, and Terrorism takes a tough hit and falls to the ground. She's quickly back up, but now taking a little bit of her energy out as she's stuck behind a 3-wall of Rat Rod, Freak, and Reyes. Psych stuck behind her own 2-wall of Demand a Rumble.
That's right, it was a 3-wall, but one of them picked up a multiplayer block. Psych, though, still trying to get through on her initial pass.
She's stuck behind Rumble and Sham Rock and Roll. It sounds like a party, but if you're the jammer, I would imagine not. Psych finally out, but she is being called to the box for a cut track penalty. She is not heard. Now recognizing that by the referee.
It also, yes, we are going to have a jammer do-si-do here in a second. Let's hear it for the blockers.
A little hard to play if there's no jammer on the track, but here comes Terrorism in the black and blue for Santa Cruz. A 3-wall set up by the Emerald City in white of Gemini and Rat Rod, quickly dissembled by help from 0018 Gem Jones.
Gemini trying to take Terrorism to the inside, but Terrorism stays inbounds and skates on through for her 5 points.
Gem Jones coming up for offense once again. She is not sent to the box. That's Reyes going off for Emerald City. Gem Jones stringing for the Boardwalk as Terrorism goes up against Gemini and Rat Rod.
Meanwhile, Psych out of that box at the back of the pack. We have Shamrock and Roller and Kosher Assault did a great job of waterfalling and holding Emerald City's jammer. Looks like Emerald City did pick up 2 points in that last jam and 4 points to Santa Cruz. Also, if you have been watching online at all this weekend, you will know that S1 helmets are one of our sponsors. S1 make best helmets and pads for roller derby.
That's right. If you want a chance to win an S1 helmet, buy a raffle ticket in between tracks 2 and 3. You can put your ticket in anything you want to win. I've already won a fancy watch. I feel pretty darn good. And number 5, Vonnegut, 5 points.
That's right. A lead jammer status went to Santa Cruz, and before Emerald City's jammer was able to make it through on her first pass, that is Spunky Bruiser picking up 5 points, and let's see 2 more for Skirt Vonnegut.
And Reyes taking a huge hit as Vonnegut flies to the outside on that last jam. Need a little bit more on the track. Looks like we got a 4-on-3 as one sits for Santa Cruz. Pack advantage Emerald City. Number 41 in the blue, Queen Litigious at the back of the pack. This could be an opportunity for Paquette to get lead. We'll see if Paquette can continue to push forward with the help of Rat Rod. As offense, it looks like Paquette being taken back by the captain of the Boardwalk, number 8, Shamrock Rolla.
Looks like Santa Cruz is out successfully and legally for lead jammer.
Meanwhile, Paquette with one more to beat takes a fall to the outside. Looks to see if she is still in, but she's going to go spend 30 seconds for a cut track. Power jam for Santa Cruz.
One thing I noticed is that Santa Cruz has been having some really great defense, and they even picked up and made their defense better in this second period. We have been seeing many jammers struggling to get through.
For the first time in a while, Queen Latifah's going to go to the track cut, spending 30 seconds and swapping with Paquette.
Power jam for Emerald City, but we know that it's going to be hard to get through that Santa Cruz wall. Looks like we have some help from Emerald City blockers.
Well, Paquette was taken out. Gemini held back the blocker who actually hit her out, but to be safe, she strung back into the pack. A dangerous choice around these Santa Cruz blockers. Swallowed her right back up. Now we have the jammer for Santa Cruz at the back of the pack. Paquette to the outside. She takes a hit. She's still in bounds.
I also got to give some mad props to Santa Cruz right there. When their jammer was the only jammer in the pack, they were doing some great offense. They saw Paquette approaching and quickly switched to defense with a little bit of O.
Paquette with some fantastic track awareness at that last part of the jam. She knew she did not get hit out and did not have to recycle behind one of those blockers. Sometimes that is the difference between saving valuable seconds on the track with positioning, is the awareness of each jammer to know, did I get hit out by you? I don't want to be fooled by that hand going up.
And in fact, that helped Emerald City. They got 3 points over Santa Cruz too.
Let's hear it, Emerald City fans. It's Scoot 101.
And that is number 667, Roasted Pony.
I hope Emerald City is aware. Roasted Pony off to the penalty box.
I believe it was a blocking out of bounds or skating out of bounds. I always mix those up. It was out of bounds.
And unfortunately, we are going to have a jammer swap as Scoot has performed a cut track and is going to switch out now with the Boardwalk's jammer. Roasted Pony back in, looking for a little offense, and they sweep up as the blue blockers. This time, Emerald City doing a better job of being on to that, as last line of defense, Agent Orange takes a hit to the hip. Roasted Pony still makes through.
That's right, that was Miss Kitty LaRue up with Agent Orange. Hopefully, Arachna Freak can help them as well. Meanwhile, that strong wall of dark blue, once again, Santa Cruz not letting Scoot through.
Well, I've seen all morning this great three wall on the part of Emerald City. Arachna Freak, Kitty, and Stranger at a standstill. Of course, we all know we gotta always keep moving.
Also, great job of, again, communication with Santa Cruz is just amazing. And they switched to a three wall and had a little bit of O trying to help out and keep the pack together.
Let's see if losing one of Santa Cruz's blockers will affect Scoot's ability to get through. Agent Orange playing some offense for her teammate. And Scoot to the outside. She is finally out and happy to be so.
And also because both jammers went to the box, this is a full 2-minute, well, it was a full 2-minute jam.
And it looks like Santa Cruz's jammer is also going to start in a penalty box power jam for Emerald City.
That's right. There was a back block right at the end there, and 3 points for Santa Cruz. Looks like Santa Cruz getting that 200 mark. Meanwhile, Emerald City standing at 47. Isn't that their ranking, or is it 48?
Oh, they're actually in the 38.
30s? I know my numbers, I swear. I will wake up. I drank all my coffee, though.
All right, so it looks like a team timeout for Santa Cruz. First timeout of the second period for the teams.
We're already under 10 minutes left in this second period of Emerald City All-Stars in white against Santa Cruz Boardwalk Bombshells in dark blue.
Well, if you've ever been a skater, you know how important it is to capture these moments, good, bad, or ugly. We love our photographers. So if I can get a round of applause for all the photographers participating at the Big O. You see the work they do here is one fraction of the work it takes to produce the images that you will keep the rest of your life as an athlete. So don't forget, for every hour on the track photographing the action, they probably spend 8 hours editing at home.
And also, please do respect those photographers and leave their watermark on the pictures. I know Instagram is popular, but let's give respect where it is due.
If you have any questions about photography, you can go onto our website and get linked to some of our sponsored photographers.
And meanwhile, that is Psychotic Rage, aka Psych, Lone Jammer on the track, still on her initial pass as Roasted Pony waits in the box.
With cheers from the audience, we love to hear it. Emerald City fans pushing their jammer to the outside. She goes, and Psych has to come back. If anyone can do it, she can. Going up against Roasted Pony, your lead jammer for the Boardwalk.
That's right, Roasted Pony did start in the box, but she was able to get through, and she had a no pass, no penalty, which is why she is not lead jammer. Again, this is why I love our officials. Again, that strong wall of dark blue keeping Psych held. Meanwhile, also a new, very, very strong white wall, and it looks like Psych getting recycled back.
She's got one to beat. That's number 23, Corazon, and Psych getting a cut track.
Shamrock and Roller had blocked her out, and as Psych was about to come in, she did a quick little maneuver and forced that cut on Psych.
Ah, tricky, tricky. Oh, Gemini getting caught up with the jammer, stopping her for just a moment as for the first time this evening, 13L84 Heloise jamming for the Bombshells.
That's right, we did, yeah, I believe that was a star pass. I'm not seeing any pivot panties, so hey, look, there it is.
All right, Heloise taking that jammer star for the Boardwalk. Giving those jammers a break. Emerald City's defense still making their presence known. 6 minutes to go in this second half. The third game of the tournament weekend for Emerald City. They've had one loss, one win, and right now it's Terrorism in the black and blue. She looks and spins, waiting for her offense, but she's still caught behind the Stranger, Freak, and Kitty LaRue. A bump by Freak, but still accepting that lead jammer status, Terrorism.
That's right, Terrorism did start as the lone jammer, but Psych is back on the track, and it looks like, yes, Shamrock and Roller doing her favorite maneuver, recycling the jammer. However, Miss Kitty LaRue also recycling Terrorism.
Thank goodness we weren't all gonna skate backwards for a while.
And
Psych.
I thought that was happening once, like I said before, Shamrock and Roller has a great maneuver. She sees the jammer trying to come in real quick, forces a cut. So Psych in white will sit in the box as Terrorism takes her terror to the track. All right, Santa Cruz fans, let's cheer on Terrorism.
The only time it's appropriate to cheer for Terrorism.
I was going to say, if you're Emerald City fans, you can cheer for Santa Cruz too, because they are giving us some amazing roller derby.
And last line of defense gets a little bit in trouble on that one. That's the Stranger going to go into the penalty box. And Terrorism takes one step up the inside for 5 points. Terrorism has performed a fantastic job in the role of jammer today. She has seen her holes, taken them.
Meanwhile, Psych did have a star sash that helped her get through that pack. Unfortunately, terrorism calling that jam before Emerald City can pick up points.
And both teams still with timeouts remaining with 4 minutes to go in this game.
Looks like on the line in white, number 22, Spunky Bruiser. Up against, in dark blue, number 5, Skirt Vonnegut. Vonnegut. I'm gonna get it.
Vonnegut. She wants a gut, but Spunky Bruiser lead jammer for this second period. Showing you why she is a bruiser. She takes it, keeps going, and calls the jam. A fantastic hop and much needed 4 points for the Emerald City.
Also, fun fact about Spunky's name, when she was, I want to say 12 or so, it was actually her mother who came up with the name. At the time, Spunky Bruiser wasn't really sure about the reference of her name, but I think she's got it now. Meanwhile, official review from Santa Cruz. We will let the coaches and captains have a little chit-chat, let the referees have a zebra huddle, and then our lovely Nora Leaf, head NSO, will let us know the deets. Speaking of shortened things like deets, we are live on the tweets at ECRG, at ECRG_the big O. Also, if you are on the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the media, make sure you are tagging things hashtag Big O 2016.
I know we've said it many times, but it takes an army of volunteers, referees, NSOs, announcers, tech crew to make the magic happen. And as we all know, it takes skaters and referees to even do this. So if you've ever thought about volunteering or participating in roller derby, this is the fastest growing sport in the world. We all know why. Tell a friend, bring them to a practice, spread the love of the derby.
Also, I want to talk about, we talked a little bit about that MVP bout that's going to be going on later this evening on day 3, both men's MVP against men's Team USA, as well as MVP women against Team USA women. So from the last 2 days, we've been having our MRDA skaters and WFTDA skaters vote on MVPs, and those will be the ones to play.
That's right. Nominations are now closed so that we can prepare jerseys. It's an epic game. It's later on this evening. We hope that you all stick around. Enjoy some food between tracks 1 and 2, as well as out in the front lobby. We want to thank the Lane Events Center for all of their participation this weekend, providing us with all the needed supplies and personnel. Once again, last time, one shout out for the EMTs over here.
Keeping us safe. Let's hear it. All right, also mentioning the MVP Team USA, I want to talk about what's happening right before that. We're going to have a 30-minute expo bout between modified positional blocking teams. That's right, some of you are currently in the stands. Our Emerald City Junior Gems will be taking on Rose City's Rose Petals. I am looking forward to that, and I believe this will be the same announcer matchup at that one.
That's right. Although Panic Button has much more experience announcing for the Junior Roller Derby, she's been a long-term supporter. I believe you even coached those juniors years ago.
That's right. I've done pretty much everything for those kids. First year, I was actually head ref, believe it or not. I was 20 years old at that time. I am older than that, believe it or not.
She's now 21.
Ha ha,
So,
I'm older than that.
speaking of 21, if you want to join this evening's after party This is it. This is when all the athletes have a chance to finally relax. The after party for Sunday night, all ages, including juniors, is at Sizzle Pie downtown on Willamette Street. But if you want a little bit more alcoholic beverage for 21 and over, it's going to be at the Wayward Lamb. Music by DJ Meow of Rose City. Complimentary snacks and specialty cocktails with no cover charge. That's 150 West Broadway, downtown Eugene. The Wayward Lamb. Be there and buy me a drink.
Black was requesting a track cut call on the white jammer at the end of the previous jam. No track cut call was issued. The jammer did drag a toe stop out of bounds, but the call off was started prior to her standing upright in bounds.
Well, we hope you guys heard all that. That means that the calls will stand as they were. No call will stand. No track cut penalty will be issued to the jammer. Denied.
All right, and that means we're going to get back to some roller derby action here with 3 minutes, 18 seconds left. It's been very quick. First bout of the day on day 3, track 3, Big O.
And in the black 41, Queen Litigious against Scoot 101. If you've ever wanted to cheer for your team, now's the time.
And it looks like Arachnid Freak, they were able to recycle Santa Cruz's jammer, Queen Litigious. Oh, and once again, the Freak recycle.
That's right, teamwork to its finest. Freak
However,
and Kitty LaRue.
Shamrock and Roller getting her fancy scooting out.
And Queen Litigious is the lead jammer with 2 minutes, 37 seconds to go. We'll at least have a second jam after this. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Boardwalk for 5.
All right, I don't care who you are here to cheer on, but we are almost at the end. I want to hear you in the stands.
Let's go, Emerald City fans. Let's hear for Scoot. All right, guys, this is possibly the last jam we will see.
One of the last jams at very least. 1 or 2, we'll see. There's always tricky things that happen that we gotta catch.
That's right. That's why these refs and NSOs keep me honest.
Mostly.
I'm learning to look before I speak. All right, 22.
Don't bite too quick, right?
Spunky Bruiser against 667 Roasted Pony. Bruiser's at the top of the pack with a chance to possibly earn the lead if she can hang. It is lead for Emerald City.
That's right, and right now Roasted Pony still in that pack. Spunky Bruiser hoping to pick up her point and all the points and 5 points she does.
This is the action we have been looking for by Spunky, and Emerald City's blockers doing a great job of keeping the jammer in for through passes. Here she goes with a call off.
That's right, Roasted Pony did finally manage to get through that white wall. However, Spunky Bruiser picked up another 4 and called it.
With 50 seconds on the period clock, we're going to wind it down for one more jam.
1 or 2. Remember, there's tricky things.
Tricky things.
It's
You're
tricky.
Right.
It's tricky.
All right, we have terrorism against 1, 2, 3, psych.
Also, blockers very diminished right now. It looks like each team has 2 in the box. So they are starting at the pivot line, hoping to hold jammers, but unsuccessfully for Emerald City because terrorism is your lead.
Terrorism, she's watching the clock. knowing that she just has to let that clock wind down as they have the points for this jam. Trying to skate clean. She gets by for another 5 points.
Meanwhile, Shamrock and Roller continues to block Psych out, but it looks like Emerald City blockers have picked up on the fact that she will try to be tricky about it and are blocking them.
So it seems like the Boardwalk strategy is to wind that clock. They're grabbing every point they can get. They have decided to keep Terrorism scoring. Although the period has come to an end, this jam still has 59 seconds to go. Boardwalk ruthlessly searching for points.
Pack was starting to get a little spread out there, but it looks like Santa Cruz blockers pushed ahead to the Emerald City, keeping everyone in bounds and holding jammers.
Terrorism looks for some offense, sweeps around Stranger for another 5 points.
That's right. That was number 86, Heartless Harpy, giving a little help to her friend.
Looks like we're going to play this game out to its bitter end. Terrorism at a 3-wall in the back of the pack. And for Emerald City, Rat Rod has stashed the helmet cover. She is fighting up against number 8, Shamrock and Rolla. That's Rat Rod. Jammer now successfully passed to her responsibility. And Terrorism says, oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for these two teams. Come out, give them high fives. We're gonna make sure the score has been officially concluded. We thank you for your time and hope that you will enjoy several more games this weekend and stick around for the MVP Team USA Final Expos. There'll be a junior 30-minute, a women's and a men's 30-minute. The women and men's voted by the tournament winning teams. The juniors, a compilation of Emerald City and Rose City's junior roller derby.
That's right. That is the rose petals and the modified contact for junior gems.
We have an unofficial final. We're going to wait just a moment, but I would like to thank you. I'm Apple Bottoms Up.
I'm Panic Button, and right now, I want you to cheer for Santa Cruz on the track. They did a great job with some strong defense and the ability to switch it to O.
That's right, and our final score for the day, 238 Santa Cruz Boardwalk Bombshells, 60 Emerald City All-Stars.
All right, and let's also give it up for our Emerald City All-Stars. They had a great fight in this bout here, first of the day. Making sure everybody gets a high five. Thank you to you, the audience, for sticking around. Once again, I am Panic Button. Have a great day. I'll see you later on. Don't panic.